You almost didn't watch this today. You almost scrolled past it. And part of you, even right now, is thinking about stopping. Because that is what exhaustion does. It makes you stop before the very thing that would have helped you. I know what happened. Not the surface version, the real one. You tried. You worked for it. You believed it would work. And then, it didn't. Maybe it was a business that collapsed. Maybe it was a relationship you gave everything to. Maybe it was a dream you chased for years and watched fall apart in a single moment. Maybe it was smaller than that. A decision, a mistake, a version of yourself you were trying to become and failed at again. Whatever it was, you are not here by accident. You are here because I have something to say to you. Not a motivation speech, not empty comfort, a specific word for exactly where you are right now. Stay with me. I want to tell you about a man named Elijah. He was not weak. He was not faithless. He was, in fact, one of the most courageous people who ever lived. He stood alone against 450 false prophets and won. He called down fire from heaven in front of an entire nation. He did the impossible. And then, the very next day, he ran. He ran into the wilderness, collapsed under a tree, and said, "I have had enough, Lord. Take my life." Read that again. The man who had just witnessed a miracle asked to die, because that is what failure and exhaustion do to a person. They don't care what you accomplished yesterday. They only speak about today. Now here is what I did not do. I did not lecture him. I did not remind him of his victories. I did not say, "How dare you feel this way after everything I did for you?" You know what I did? I let him sleep. Then I woke him gently. I placed bread beside him. I said, "Get up and eat. The road is too long for you." That was it. No sermon, no shame, just, "You need to eat. You need rest. I see how far you've come." I am saying the same thing to you right now. Get up and eat. Not because the road is short, it is not. Not because it will be easy from here, it may not be, but because I am not finished with you, and I need you to have enough strength to take the next step. Here is what failure always does. It tells you a story, and the story sounds like truth because it uses real facts. It says, "You tried and it didn't work." True. It says, "You've been here before." Maybe true. It says other people make it look easy and you can't. You believe that too. And then, using those real facts, it draws a conclusion that is completely false. It says, "Therefore, you are not meant for this. Therefore, you should stop. Therefore, this is proof that you are not enough." That conclusion is a lie, and I need you to see exactly why. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before the light bulb worked. When a reporter asked him how it felt to fail 1,000 times, he said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." He reframed the story, not with denial, with truth. Every failed attempt wasn't evidence that he couldn't do it. It was evidence that he was closer than he was before. And I want to ask you something honestly. What if your failure is not the end of the story? What if it is one of the steps? What if the thing you're calling proof that I should quit, I am calling preparation for what comes next? You cannot see what I see. You're standing in the middle of the chapter, reading it like it's the last page. It is not the last page. I want to be honest with you about something. Failure is painful. I am not going to minimize that. But I want you to see what it is also doing beneath the pain. It is revealing what you are made of. You don't know how strong a rope is until it's under tension. You didn't know you were capable of that kind of endurance until you were forced to endure. The version of you sitting here right now, having gone through what you went through, is more capable than the version who started. You may not feel that, but it is true. It is clearing out what was never right for you. Sometimes I allow certain doors to close, not to punish you, but to redirect you. The path you thought you were meant for was leading you away from the thing you were actually made for. The failure that felt like destruction was actually protection. It is building something in you that success never could. Humility, empathy, depth, resilience. The people who will one day come to you for help, they won't need someone who had it easy. They will need someone who fell apart and found their way back. They will need you, not the polished version, the rebuilt version. If this is reaching you today, pause for just a second. Hit the like button below, not for the algorithm, for the person who needs to find this message next. Your small act of love sends this word further. Now stay with me, because the most important part is still ahead. I am not going to tell you to just keep going and leave it at that. That is not enough. I want to give you something specific, something you can actually do. Step 1. Stop rehearsing the failure. Right now, in your mind, you have replayed that moment dozens of times. The conversation that went wrong, the decision that cost you everything, the day it all fell apart. Every time you replay it, you are not learning from it, you are drowning in it. There's a difference between processing a failure and living inside it. Processing means, what happened? What did I learn? What do I do differently? Living inside it means, how could I have been so stupid? I always do this. I will never get it right. One moves you forward. One keeps you locked. I want you to ask yourself honestly, have you actually learned what this failure was trying to teach you? If yes, then it has done its work. You are allowed to set it down now. If no, then let's find out what it's showing you. But either way, you do not need to keep carrying it. Step 2. Take one small step. Just one. Not a plan, not a full recovery. One step. Elijah didn't run a marathon after he rested. He got up and walked to the next place. That was enough. You don't have to have it all figured out today. You don't have to know the whole story ends. You just have to take one step that is not quitting. Send the email, make the call, get out of bed, write the first line. One step tells the failure, you don't own me. Step 3. Talk to me about it. Not a polished prayer, not the version you think I want to hear, the real conversation. I'm exhausted. I don't understand why this happened. I'm angry. I'm scared. I don't know if I can do this. That is a real prayer, and I am not intimidated by it. I am not disappointed by it. I am waiting for it. Because the moment you stop performing for me and start talking to me, that is the moment I can actually help you. I want to tell you what I see when I look at you right now. Not what you see, what I see. I see someone who tried. In a world full of people who never even start, you tried. That matters more than you know. I see someone who is still here. You haven't fully quit yet. Something in you is still reaching, still asking, still watching this video at this moment. That is not weakness. That is the most important thing about you right now. That reaching, that is me pulling you forward. I see someone who is being prepared.
The setback you're in right now is not random. I am doing something specific in this season. I am stripping away what you didn't need. I am building what cannot be built any other way. I am positioning you not for a smaller life than you had planned, but for a larger one than you had planned. Here is what I want you to hold on to. Joseph was thrown into a pit by his own brothers, then sold into slavery, then falsely accused and thrown in prison. 3 major failures, each one worse than the last. And at each stage, if you had stopped the story there, it would have looked like a tragedy. But I was writing the next chapter the whole time. The pit led to Egypt. Egypt led to the palace. The prison led to the throne. None of it was wasted.
Not a single day of your suffering is wasted in my hands. I am a God who redeems. That means I take what was broken and build something from it that could not have been built any other way. Your failure is not the final word. I am. We are near the end now, and I want to say something to the part of you that is still afraid, still unsure, still whispering, but what if I try again and fail again? You might. I will not lie to you. The road forward may have more hard moments in it, but here is what I promise you. You will not walk it alone. Every step you take, I am with you. When you stumble, I catch you. When you are too tired to keep going, I become your strength. When you can't see the way forward, I become your light. I am not asking you to be fearless. I am asking you to take one step, afraid, and trust that I am holding you, because I am. You did not find this message by accident. On a day when you were ready to stop, something brought you here. That something was me. I interrupted your giving up because I refuse to let you quit before you see what I have planned. So here is my word over you today. You are not a failure. You are not finished. You are not forgotten. You are in the middle of a story that is still being written, and I am the author. And I do not write tragedies for people I love. Get up, eat, take one step, talk to me. I am here, and I am not going anywhere. If this message reached you today, you are not alone. Leave a comment below with the word "still here" so I know you stayed. And if someone in your life is going through a hard season right now, share this with them. They may need to hear exactly what you just heard. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next message.